Hello everybody and welcome out to episode 111 of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I'm your host, UF Gizmo, joined this week by Massive Das.
Hello everyone.
And Mr. CW Lanky.
Hi Dave.
Hi guys. So another week has gone by in our lives. Football dreams have been crushed, as they always do. So we won't dwell too much on mine and Craig's sadness. And we'll move on to Pengels and the news.
Yes, and there was, due to a indie showcase this week, we have 20 items on the news report.
That's a baker's dozen.
Oh, this is like 2 baker's dozens.
So many bakers.
We're feeding so many people this week with the news. So, like I said, this is mainly release dates for things like that coming. So we're going to start off with like 2 together, Stitch and Sticky Business. This is 2 different games, are both out now on the Nintendo Switch. And have you bought either of them, David?
No. How about you?
No, I have not. I get sort of like little to the left, and like that sort of vibes from both of them, but I have not picked them up. I think one of them's actually like 20 quid as well, the Stitch one, so yeah, not for me. And I guess you're not going to turn your Switch on for either of these 2, Craigie?
I can't remember which ones these were, Pengi, I'll be honest with you.
The business ones, you make stickers and then you sell them.
That doesn't sound very good to me.
Yeah. Well, number 3, this one you may be more keen on, and it's Little Kitty Big City, which is coming May 9th, and it's coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Game Pass, and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, this is the Untitled Goose Game, right? But you're a cat this time.
Yeah. It's like Stray, but not as serious.
Yeah, but it looks very much Untitled Goose because you have that list. This list that you're basically just filling out, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Untitled Goose Game was odd because it was fun for a bit, and then it was a bit like, oh. And then once the novelty's kind of worn off, you're like, okay.
Yeah, because when I played that Untitled Goose Game the first time, I was like, oh, this is really good. And I played it on Switch because it was just Switch time this week. And then it came to Xbox, I think in Game Pass, and I played it. It's like, yeah, the joke was funny the first time, but not the second time. So
it was funny when it was just on Switch, but when it was everything else, it was rubbish. So I don't know. I don't know. It looked okay. I might give it a go. It's on Game Pass, isn't it? So I'll probably give it a go. But yeah.
You, Davey, you a little kitty.
You know that I can only play so many Bosch indie games per year, so we'll see if I'm in the mood for it at the time. But yeah, if it's on Game Pass, it stands more chance than if it's not.
Then we got coming May 16th on for the Switch is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which I've also picked up on Fantasy Critic.
Fantastic.
Now it has a date.
This is an Annapurna Small, isn't it?
It's the Annapurna published. It's from Simco, I think that's how you pronounce their name. It's SIMOG.
Saturn Horror, Wild Hearts.
Yeah, and Year Walk and Device 6. And weirdly, I know I've already picked up. So watched a bit of the preview on Easy Allies and how, like, yeah, it looks like it's one of those games like I could see this reviewing very well, being because it's very weird.
It's very weird. Isn't it like a kind of like an odd puzzle game?
Yeah. On the Easy Allies thing, like Bloodworth has got a notebook that he sent him, and it says about free play proofs, and he's got a letter, like a handwritten letter, and it's like, we can't see many people figuring out the game and stuff, and they were watching clips and that, and yeah, it's one of those weird. I can see it being like a Witness review type game.
Yeah, I feel like this is one that people are going. It's going to review well, but a lot of people are just going to be like,
"What the hell is it?"
Yeah. So yeah, I think that might be a good pickup. I think Dave, did you pick up Little Kitty Big City as well?
I did.
Fantasy?
I did, which we'll obviously talk about later. But yes, I did.
Yeah.
Right. So the 5th game, and this one wasn't in the showcase, but it did get a date this week, and it's come. Well, the date is the 15th of July, but Darkest Dungeon 2 is coming to PS4 and PS5. I haven't played the first one. Either of you played the first Darkest Dungeon?
I have played it on Vita. It is a great game, but it is a very hard game. perfect for handheld. I don't know personally if I would bother on PS4 and PS5, because it is kind of it's not roguelite-y, but it kind of is. It's definitely better on a handheld, but they're good games. It's well made.
Yeah,
I think I've watched people play it on Twitch, and it does just.
I
look
think the first one
brutal.
was quite popular, wasn't it? Like on Twitch.
It was a really big indie game at the time. Got a couple expansions and stuff like that. So
Number 6, I think it's Team. I want to pronounce it. It's the little game where you like jumping between the shadows and stuff like that. That got dated in the Nintendo Showcase on to 18th of July, but it's coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, series consoles, and of course the Switch. Where it's thing. I feel you've talked about this one before, Craig.
I don't know.
I think
I don't think so. It might have been something similar.
don't know what to tell you, boys.
I think Pengels is dead. I think we killed Pengels.
No, I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen this game before.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it on an Xbox thing before. Yeah, you like jumping between shadows and stuff. You're like in the world.
Are you getting confused with, is it Ereban, Shadow?
Possibly. I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah. This was actually in the sizzle reel, but I thought I put it in because I'm sure I've seen it before on the Xbox thing, and I thought you talked about it, but maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, I think you probably are.
Well, anyway, number 7 is TMNT. Split and Fate is leaving Apple Arcade and is coming to Switch in July. No day in July, it's just coming July.
It's supposed to be pretty good, so it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick it up because, again, I'm not 12, but it's supposed to be a fun game.
Yeah, the words rogue and light put me right off. So it's good that it's left Apple Arcade. So where's my Fantavision?
I don't think Fantasian is kind of
yeah, Fantasian.
Pengi, I'm sorry.
Surely it needs to leave. Like Air Twister's left, this is left, and the Sonic game that needs to leave.
To email Sakaguchi and ask nicely, I think.
Yeah. Oh, number 8. Coming 8th of August is Cat Quest 3 for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series, and Switch. This might be a Dave one being a co-op title.
I do love a bit of Cat Quest, so at some point when I finish the second one, I will get to the third one. Looks like they've added naval combat, which looks quite fun. Stupidly high quality games that are always incredibly cheap, so very much recommend the Cat Quest trilogy now, which is very exciting. I'd love a physical of the trilogy, that'd be pretty fun.
That would be pretty fun. You, Craigie, you into the Cat Quest games?
No, I've never played them.
You should be. You'd really like Cat Quest.
Fun.
Like you.
It looks like the sort of
really
thing which should be very good for like Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Have any of them been on Game Pass? I don't honestly know.
I want to say no, but they're always on sale for like under £5. So, yeah, really good games. Recommended.
Number 9 on the news, it actually ended the indie showcase, and that's Steam World Heist 2, which is going PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series. It's coming to Game Pass on, of course, Switch, and that's 8th of August for that title. It's the same day as Cat Quest 3.
Huge
day.
Can't wait. This looks like a much bigger game than the first one. That was very exciting. The first one's in my top 100. Played it on Vita when we started this show. It's a really, really good turn-based 2D strategy game where you have to bounce bullets off walls and stuff. It's great studio, great track record. Very excited to play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, see, I feel I've been more excited for Steam World Dig 3, personally. That's what I would be more excited about. Or a different take on the Steam World.
They've just done that with Build, though, didn't they? So
yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, Heist 1's really good, so I'm sure Heist 2 will be good. And I have taken it on Fancy Critic because I am confident in that team.
Nice. But for you, Craigie, or not?
I might give it a go on Game Pass. I've never played any of the Steam World games.
Oh, you should.
I don't know if a tactical turn-based game it might not be the one for me, but I'll probably give it a go.
Yeah,
on Game
it's
Pass.
it's you literally it's a 2D game where you have like laser sights and you're bouncing bullets off walls. Like you'd love it. Like it's good. Definitely worth a go.
Yeah, number 10 on a thing, and this is still from the Indie Showcase, is Refined Self, the personality test game, and it's coming to Switch this summer, but it's already out on PC on Steam, where you can buy it for $6.99, or it's on mobile, where it's $3.99. And guess who had money in their Google account? Still, because you
Sounds
remember.
like shenanigans that you would do, Pengi.
Yeah, because you remember when Stadia was a thing, and obviously you could pay with Google money, and you had like the surveys to do and stuff like that. So I still do them. So I had like 12 quid in my account. So I actually just bought this on Google Play for $3.99 from money that Google gave me. So I've played a mobile game this week, which
God.
would shock everyone.
What was
Because
this mobile game called again, Pengi? I'm looking it
Refine
up.
Self, the personality test game.
God. So what is this game
Which you-
like?
I get a trailer up on YouTube right now, David.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't look great.
Oh, it's the pixel
yeah.
art one. Okay, I know.
Yeah, it's the pixel art one that's coming to Switch, but it's been out since I think it came out in November last year. Again, mobile and Steam. Like I said, mobile's $3.99, Steam $6.99. So I'm guessing Switch will be $7.99 just because it will be more expensive for reasons. Yeah, it was a weird little sort of title. Like you said, it's a pixel art game. You basically got it's touch screen, like you can touch left or right, and you have like a little action button in the corner and stuff like that, and you just interact with the world, basically doing stuff. And once you've done enough stuff and you get 100% on your heart, the game ends, basically, and you get your little personality. And you sort of got to do that 3 times to get your final sort of like cutscene and the roll credits. And I did that all 3 times right away. Hence why one of my personalities was adventurer, and like the description is like, you like did the adventure quickly. It's like I did all 3 playthroughs in like one sitting, sort of thing. But yeah,
Chris Pengelly rushed through a video game. I wouldn't believe it.
yeah. So, but I got that's one of my things. So.
What were your other things, Pengi? What was your personalities?
Oh, I can't. So I can't remember.
Obsessive
all 5 of them.
compulsive.
No, so I got adventure. I think I got the cleric one. Because there's like 23 and there are things like that, and like sage, cleric, adventurer, like rogue. There's not sort of that type of things. Can't remember what all 5 were. Sort of thing. Yeah, but it is coming to Switch this summer, or you can play it now on mobile and PC.
Would you recommend it, Pengles?
I thought it was quite good, but I don't know if I would pay 7 quid for it on when it comes to Switch. I feel the $3.99 price point was about right.
There's extra £4, Davey.
Right.
Yeah. That's like it's like 2 copies of the game. Yeah. Anyway, we get into number 11 on the news. This wasn't in the showcase, but it's got an announcement for a console version. That's Potionomics Masterworks Edition, coming to PS5, Series X and S, and Switch this autumn.
Lovely.
I have no idea what this is, to be honest with you.
This one I'm kind of keen on because it's one I have wishlisted on Steam, and I was gonna buy it when I had my Steam Deck, but then it was 20 quid, and I was like, I don't want to spend 20 quid on the digital game. Don't know, but now it's come to console and it's getting a physical, and they're adding in 2 new difficulties: cozy difficulty and capitalist difficulty, and they're also putting in voice acting. And if you got it on PC, you're going to get a free update to have the voice acting in the 2 new difficulties on this.
What is it, Peng? What are we actually doing?
Basically, you're making potions and selling them. It's one of those games, but this one looked quite good. Yeah, there's a lot of the potion creating games, but it's one of those ones that looked quite good at the time. I just didn't want to spend 20 quid on a digital Steam game. But like I said, it's now getting physical on consoles. So there you go.
Not for me, but lovely.
Not for you. No, you could. I don't know. This one was in the indie showcase. Number 12 is Atom Blast. It is coming to the Switch on 12th of November.
This was the 2D one, right?
That's
Yeah, I thought
basically
this looked
Mario.
quite good. It's quite fun, right?
I think it looked okay.
Actually looked like a video game, right?
Which is rare.
Yeah, Rare do make video games.
Pengi.
Yeah. I feel the problem with this is Pizza Tower's already out, which is very similar.
Is that what Pizza Tower is? I'd heard of that. I didn't actually know.
Yeah.
Didn't actually know what it was.
Yeah, they're both of these are like copying the old Mario Man games on the Game Boy, basically. So it's a new one of them, basically.
Isn't there a demo out as well? I'm reading a demo.
Possibly.
The demo, boys.
There you go. We'd have
There
to
you
take,
go. Maybe you boys can play the demo and report back.
You'd have to turn your
You've
Switch
got a
on.
Switch, Craig. You can do it too. Don't throw us under the bus.
Oh, I ain't turning that on, Dave.
You need to sell it.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. God. Yeah, not for me. Not for me.
No.
Not this time.
Yeah. No, but just Switch at the moment for that one on
Nice.
12th of November. Then number 13 on our news is Europa has been coming to Switch in 2024 at some point. There is a demo for this out, I believe, on the Switch now. If you want to check it out, have you checked it out, Dave?
No, I'll be honest. I watched this thing live, and all these games you're saying, I have no recollection of most of them already.
Europa was probably the best looking one. I thought it was.
Is that the top-down thing?
No.
What does it look like? No, not a clue. Not a clue, boys.
No, it looks a bit Studio Ghibli style 3D world platformer adventure game.
Oh, it sounds like something I'd like, but yeah, I'd have to rewatch. And yeah, indie games. There's just too many. There's just too many.
Yeah. Number 14, and this one wasn't in the Nintendo Showcase because you mostly guessed why. It's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it's coming to just PS5 and Xbox Series, and it's coming in 2024.
Nice. People like that.
It's good this year.
But
I didn't realise it was this year.
Oh yes, I'm surprised that hasn't already been taken on the old Fantasy Critic. But yeah, people like that game, right? Didn't really look like anything that would interest me, if I'm honest. But yeah, everyone seemed to like it. So
I was so excited for the first game. So I thought it was a really cool idea of like a medieval fantasy RPG, but without the fantasy. And just making it very like historical and that. And it came out, and I feel like it had a lot of technical problems. And I feel like people were kind of like, it's okay, but not like great. So I never kind of found the time for a big game like that. But I mean, hopefully they've learned from the first one and it's better. And it's cool that it's obviously the first one's done well enough that they're able to make a sequel as well. It's a very different sort of game, isn't it?
yes, I think so. I think
Not
it's always
people are
exciting.
making those kind of like realistic historical games. It's good that they obviously found some success with it. This has come to like everything now, isn't it? It's even on the Switch. Didn't it?
The
Get a
first one,
Switch 4.
Yeah, first
And it
yeah,
looked
comes to the Switch.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen comparisons of that compared to like the Xbox One X version or something of that game, and yeah, like you go to the town, there's like 2 people in the town on the Switch version, which is like the quest givers, and then you look on the One X and there's like 50 people in the town. Yeah, it's like oh.
I feel like Dan might have been like kind of into
I think
that
he
first
was. I think he was really into it.
game. Yeah. So it's a really cool concept. So I'm
But
hopefully
it's one of
the
those.
second one's
It's
good.
one of those games for people that like play a couple games a year and can throw themselves into it. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like if you make it your whole personality, almost like you can do it. But when you play a couple more games, I just think you ain't got time for stuff like that, have you?
No.
Not in 2024. If you're Chris Pengelly.
No, I'm not bothered about it myself. But, yeah. Number 15, this was back in the indie showcase, and it's Valley Peaks, which is coming to Switch in 2024. So this had the weird art style, and you're like sort of I think you're a frog because there is frogs in NPCs of frogs. I think you want in like jumping around the world and stuff, and then talking to the frog characters, and then doing other stuff. And that is like I said, it's got the weird art style. It really reminded me of a recent VR release called Stilt, where you're using stilt arms to go around the world and stuff like that. But that's bright and colourful. Where this has got like some weird art style. I guess this is for neither of you because Dave can't even remember half these indies, and a Switch-only indies, most probably not for you, Craigie.
No, I'm rewatching it now, and it looks very strange. Like very much like it looks like a Nintendo game.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
But yes, not for me.
that one. No. Number 16, and again in the indie thing, was Yars Rising, which is on the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Switch in 2024, when Yars is now a Metroidvania from Way Forward, because that's what they do.
Yeah, really wild that they've decided to bring back that IP for a game that is so very similar looking to Metroid Dread / Fusion, like very similar. When I rewatched that trailer, I'm gonna wait for reviews, but I really like the idea of playing a new game in the Yars franchise after like 40 years or whatever. So, yeah, I think it looked interesting. Again, the price point is the big thing though.
Yeah, this is one I would be tempted. Because like you said, Metroidvania Way Forward do pretty well, and it's coming to basically everything. So there's that.
Well, the uncultured swine here, i.e. myself, what the fuck is Yars?
Yars is an Atari 2600, may have been an arcade game as well.
I
see. It was a side-scrolling shooter.
Yeah, I think this is actually a prequel. This one to Yars Revenge.
I mean, there was no story. There was a bloody game made with 3 dots, but
I said there was a story in the manual back then.
Yeah, there probably was a story in the manual because I think that was one of the big things about it. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. So it's interesting that that's what they've brought back, and they have been on a bit more of a like half retro modern push recently. Atari with like the Atari 50, and then they had that collection that we actually quite like the Jeff Minter collection, right? So I think that's what it was. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do.
But it's a roguelike, so sad times, right?
You guys need to get over
Metroidvania.
It's a Metroidvania.
Oh, it's Metroidvania. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was say, you guys need to get over your roguelike hate and just give one a go.
Yeah.
Good, thanks, Dave. I think I'll stick to that.
Yeah. This is the problem. There is going to be one day there's something I do want to play, and it like really want to play. It's a roguelike,
I'm surprised the Prince of Persia one isn't the one, but
well, that's just PC at the only.
Okay, when it comes to Switch.
Yeah. But TMT, I guess, for Switch as a possibility. Seeing as you'd think a kid's game, maybe it's not as.
I played it on Apple Arcade and I didn't even realise it was a roguelike, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, cool. Right, and that's us out of the indie showcase and stuff like that. So that was everything at the indie. I say there was everything. There was the Sizzle Reel, which had Animal Well, that had that Shizum game, which I mentioned because I thought Craig brought it up before. And there was also Disclosure Lost in the Japanese indie showcase, which was different. And they showed that like bow game again. That looks really good. But that would be like another 30 things on this list.
What were our thoughts on that showcase, boys?
It was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you only play on Nintendo, I think it was probably pretty good. But I just can't. I can't constantly have these indie games. So
yeah, none of them. I know I bought the refined game, but it was $3.99, and they had money given to me by Google. But none of these, I'm not rushing out to download the Europa demo or something like that. None of them's like. Apart from L'Oreal and the Laser Eyes is most probably the one that is like, yeah, that's the day one. But everything else, I'm like, meh. It come to Game Pass, it come to Plus, whatever sort of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much where I was as well.
Yeah. But we get to number 17, and there's an ESRB rating for Kena Bridge of Spirits, but for the Xbox Series X and S, it's been spotted. But so. Most probably soon, but Silk Song has got rated by Sarbies and stuff, and everyone thought that was going to be in the indie showcase, and it wasn't because it's surely too big for a random indie showcase. But you know
No,
what people are like.
people, I gotta say, people who thought Silk Song were going to be at that show are fucking mental.
Hmm.
Like the
If it
level
was-
of game that was at that show, and then like the Silk Song,
Yeah.
you've lost the plot if you think that was going to be at that show.
Yeah, I know, but it's because of rumors. Well, it's not rumor because it's official, like ESRB ratings for like Kino and stuff like that.
I know, but it's so obviously not going to be at that show. But anyway,
No.
Kena, back to Kena.
Yeah.
It's that's cool. It's been for a while, hasn't it? It's a long
3 years.
The launch
Yeah.
title, wasn't it? Or was it around launch?
Yeah, 3 years. But 3 years it came out ago.
It wouldn't surprise me if this is at the Xbox show and that's where they announced this, right?
But if it's on
Yeah.
Game Pass, I think for you, it changes where you play it for your backlog challenge, which obviously we'll talk about
It
later.
does. Yes, yes.
Is it going to make you hold on until the June showcase just to see?
Yes, yeah, probably. I'll probably wait and see, because obviously I want to play it anyway. I did have a sneaky look on the PlayStation Store, and it's $32.99 on there
I'm
to
pretty
buy it.
sure it's on Plus.
It is, yeah, that's
Yeah,
why it's on the thing. But I just wanted to see the RRP. So if it's not on Game Pass,
It did get a
when
physical.
it comes to Xbox,
So
yeah,
I would imagine it might get a physical on Xbox as well, so you can always buy it. So
possibly. But if
Yeah.
not, I probably would just play it on PlayStation. But because none of us have played this game somehow, have we?
No, me and
Does it
Dave
give
both
any
own
hope?
it, and we.
Did you both buy it?
yeah.
Yeah, we both bought
How
it.
much money did you two spend on this never to play it?
$32.99. It sounds like.
I got it in a sale, but I think it was still like 20.
Christ, you two are the worst.
We're up there.
You're
We're
the
up
worst
there.
human beings ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it being the because don't they bring out that guy that talks around about indies for like 10 minutes and then he disappears always? Has he got like is he balding glasses and stuff? You know
Chris,
the guy
I
I'm
don't know
on
what you're on
about.
about at this point.
At Xbox, they bring him out and he talks about indies for like 10 minutes
Well,
and
apparently
then
that's now Geo Corsi at Nintendo, so
oh yeah,
we'll see.
So,
But yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, obviously, I think we all need to play Kino at some point. So maybe this is the year, boys. Maybe this is the year we all do it.
the year of Kino
The year of
versus
Kino,
it.
right?
Yeah. Well, number 18, maybe upset Craigie, is World of Goo 2 has been delayed, but only to August.
Yeah, it's still in this year, which is all that matters for me.
Hmm.
There's only so much goo.
Yes.
As long as it gets me some points, that's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's been another delay. City Skylines 2 on console has been delayed yet again, and it may be after October now.
God, I thought it'd already come out on console. Is this just not the physical?
No, it's not out on console at all. It was only on PC.
And even
Yeah.
the PC version was
Yeah,
delayed a couple of
it
times,
got
wasn't it?
slated, didn't it, when it came out? So
Yeah. It was
It's a
supposed to
shame.
come out spring, and then they just put a press release out saying they're hoping to be around October because it could still be after that. So, yeah.
It was weird when they announced this game. They announced it at the end of their showcase, didn't they? And they announced it, and it was like, oh, it's coming very soon after they announced it, and that's always like a worrying sign. You're like, oh, is it going to come then? And I feel like it got delayed, and then obviously when it did come out, there was technical issues. And then the console division's obviously been delayed ridiculous amounts.
Hmm. So I could see this even being pushed to 2025, like January or something.
Yeah.
If they're thinking October is unlikely, or after October is what they're thinking. And then last bit, Dave added Amazon Prime are giving Lunar Universe, Fallout 3, and New Vegas Ultimate Edition for the next 6 months. So is this? I can only play the game for the next 6 months, or I have 6 months to redeem the game.
you have 6
And then
months of playing it for free with Prime, and then you be put into Luna Plus.
Okay. So okay.
Because usually Luna Plus is like Game Pass, and like Games for Gold, and it changes every month.
Okay,
But
okay.
that's staying in there. Just thought it was a cool little aside because obviously they're doing the shows on Prime.
Yeah.
And they're giving away Xbox codes for 76 and PC codes for 76, and I think Fallout Tactics, and maybe even the first two games. So I just thought it was a cool little thing because obviously the show's supposed to be really good. I'm planning to watch it this week.
I've watched 4 episodes of it yesterday, and it is pretty good.
Yeah, I've got Fallout 4 downloaded on my Xbox, so at some point I think I might dive in if I enjoy it because I need some reason to finally play one of those. Because the only one I've played is Shelter of the Bethesda ones. The mobile one, Craig, that was they put on Xbox.
Yeah.
I have like 90 hours in that game and like 400 achievements. It's a mobile game they put on Xbox, and I was like, yes. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't like player base up like 7,500% or something
there's 4 of them in
crazy
the
like
top
that.
10 in the UK and Europe, including 76. That's why I
I was
thought.
about to say that 76 is doing very well right now.
So why is
Yeah, isn't that supposed to be like really good now?
Yeah,
76.
it's done the thing that all these games do. Like once they've been out, it's been out like 5 or 6 years now. So like it's good. It's multiplayer. Like so that's why I was like, oh, you know what? Given them giving away free codes to the Microsoft Windows Store and the Xbox, as well as it obviously being on Game Pass, it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, 3 and New Vegas are in the top 10 in the UK, which is wild considering the only way you can play New Vegas is PC, Luna, or Xbox backwards compatible. So it's like, I think it's on Game Pass. I'm pretty sure they're all on Game Pass, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
but yeah, I'd love a new Vegas remaster, and I think they'll do it.
Yeah, obviously the numbers are high, and I guess like the casual-ish audience watching it on Prime might not know, but like surprise, like Xbox Series and like PlayStation 5 players, because the update is this week for the current gen version. Like I've watched 4 episodes of the show and thought, oh, this is quite good, but I'm not going to go download Fallout 4 tonight and start playing it on PS4. I would wait till Thursday and play it on PS5 with the 60 frames and all that.
I think it's because you know better though. So like,
yeah,
for me, like I've seen so many ads. I've never seen as many ads for Luna on like Fire Sticks and stuff as I have now. Like it's like the second thing they show you. They show you the Amazon Prime show, and then the next thing is like, oh, you can play Fallout 3 and New Vegas Game of the Year editions with Luna. And it's like, oh, okay, so they're pushing that. Obviously, Xbox did the controller, which Craig bought, and they're now getting the enhanced edition. I think the biggest problem they had is they should have released it weekly, this show. Kept it in the conversation for longer. But it's good to see. I
don't know, I hate that weekly release.
I do as well, but I think in terms of like people actually being like, oh, and it's sticking around, especially because that, like Pengi said, that edition isn't out. But yeah, I do wonder if more people will then step on next week. If already it's number one in the charts. Yeah, that's
what I'm thinking. If people like us would step on next week when we know the next gen, like, is it at the moment people are just typing on their PS4s or PS5, like Fallout, oh, this is coming up, I'm going to play it, sort of thing. Well, but we are waiting, sort of thing. But yeah, the show's pretty good so far. It's kind of interesting where I've only played Fallout 3, which, as you know, when we did that episode, I hated. And that game is basically you've got 2 colours, grey and slightly different grey. And obviously the show is like bright and colourful and stuff. So
I think 4's pretty colourful from what I remember of the coverage of that game. Don't know why I didn't play it.
I don't know, Davey. I don't know. I think it's pretty muddy.
It's pretty muddy. Well, again, like I'll play it next week when the upgrade comes, because obviously it's installed ready, so it'll just upgrade. I have all I had the season pass as well, so I'm like, okay, because they made the season pass like £5 for, obviously, because they're not stupid. So I was like, okay, we'll try it. Let's see. We'll see if it's fun. I finished Starfield, so there's no reason why I can't finish Fallout. That's my logic.
Yeah, that might think. Another problem with Fallout 3, I didn't like the VAT system, and I know you play Fallout as like melee combat and stuff, didn't you, Craigie? So, but
yeah,
so
I really
don't know if I just don't know how I feel about melee.
Have you watched the show yet, Craigie?
No, I'm going to. I'll probably wait for Shogun to finish first.
Yeah.
That's and I've been watching. Yeah, and I've been watching season 2 of The Bad Batch as well.
Nice.
So I'll probably finish that season and then switch back over to Prime and watch Fallout, because it sounds very, very good.
Nice. Well, that's the news. So thanks for paying for the news. The news. Play Luna. It's great. The whole time we've been talking, there's been a recording of me playing Luna playing Trials Rising on Luna.
Nice.
So I recorded that last night just for something to do. There we go.
You could have recorded some Fallout.
I could have, but I was like, do I want to start it and then actually enjoy it and then have to replay it on Xbox? And I figured not. So yeah, we'll move on to our topic of the show. Tots. The Backlog / Fantasy Critic catch-up. So we'll start with the Backlog. Boys, can you remember your games, for one? Or has Craig got to get the list out?
I have my list.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I'll disappoint you both now. I only have my list. I don't know what you two have got.
I've got my list.
I have no idea. I think last year I tried to keep up with you guys.
There were shenanigans, wasn't there? So
yeah, it broke down, didn't it, last year?
Yeah.
So we'll start with me then, because I'm prepared, because I've got a spreadsheet ready here. Because obviously, my job's spreadsheets. Why not a spreadsheet when you're at home, boys and girls? So my 5 games for this year were Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pikmin 4, and God of War Ragnarok. Now I finished God of War Ragnarok, I finished Pikmin 4, and I finished Pokemon Legends Arceus. So I'm 3 for 5 at the minute. Cyberpunk and Elden Ring, I have both the games. Just need to figure out when I'm going to slot them in. Cyberpunk might get in if I dislike Fallout and I'm like, I'm just going to play a more modern version, which is Cyberpunk, right? And Elden Ring will be Christmas Eve, frantically trying to finish it, watching a video of how to do it the quickest possible way. But yeah, so I've also, like, I'm not going to put this on screen because it's too chaotic at the minute, but I've also been listing all the games I've been playing and finishing throughout the year and listing if they're new or backlog, just because it's interesting for them for the end of the year when we talk about it, because we often forget about the, like, weird stuff we play. So I was like, we'll get, like, I've put, like, Open Roads in here because I'm not going to remember that awful game, but I've written this in here now so I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. Craigo, how are you doing with the backlog, boy?
I'm 0 for 5.
The slow burn.
But I will be 1 for 5 soon.
Okay, let's go through your 5, Craigo.
Yeah. So I've got Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously Part 1, Ratchet and Clank, Kano Bridge of Spirits, Horizon Forbidden West, and Shadow of the Colossus.
Mr.
So
PlayStation.
I remember I went PlayStation because obviously I just bought a PlayStation and to encourage me to make sure I was using it. So it made a lot of sense for me to do that as opposed to put,
Yeah.
Alan Wake on there, which I was going to play anyway. I'm going to play anyway, so.
Yeah.
The only one I've started is Shadow of the Colossus, which, I'll talk about that and stuff later. But yeah, I'm 15 Colossi in. So I'm on the last one, boys. On the last one.
Yeah, and how are you finding it?
It's okay. It's okay. It's very up and down. Like some of the Colossus fights you do are really well done and they're great and they're awesome. And you have like 2 that are really good. You'd be really into it. Then you get to one, you'd be like, oh, this is really just slow and plodding and awkward, and they'd be like, this kind of sucks. But overall as a package so far, I've enjoyed it. It's not like I'm not despising it like I know you did for a long time, Dave, and it's not blowing my dick off like I know it does for Chris Mangeli. It's kind of more in the middle. But yeah, it's a good game. So I've got one more to do, one more Colossi to kill there, and then that'll at least be on the board, boys.
Yeah, and I will say you probably want to think about starting Final Fantasy soon because they've just taken all of the other Final Fantasy games off of PS Plus.
That is a good point.
So I would probably do that as your next priority.
Although I don't think they take this one off. I think that is probably an agreement because I'm pretty sure it happened on Game Pass as well. I'm sure they added them all,
yeah,
and I'm sure they all left at pretty much the same time. So I imagine this one's going to stay on just because it makes sense, especially with the second one.
And 7 remake console exclusive, where all the rest aren't as well.
Sadly, I'm still hoping in June that they turn around and go, "Hey, Final Fantasy remakes coming to Game Pass," and then me and Craig flip our tables.
Yeah. Play Kano, and the whole reason I put all these games was to play the PlayStation and
to play all of them on Xbox. Nice. So, is there any that you're looking at with trepidation, and you're like, "Oh, that's going to be like I am with Elden Ring, for example"?
No, I think I was sensible. I've put games that I want to play.
Yeah.
Mine. Yeah.
I want to play Elden Ring, but I'm just scared of it. If that makes sense.
There's not a muscle in my body that wants to play Elden Ring, Dave. I will be honest with you. You'd have to pay me good money to try that shit.
Start live streaming it for cash, Craig. That's what you need to start doing. Get that push-up bra on. Lovely. Well, I suppose let's move to the big dog. Big dog, obviously you've sold consoles since we've made this, at least one, maybe 2, I can't remember. So what is your list, and how are you doing in that list?
My list is Gravity Rush 2.
Okay.
Which I've not downloaded to play, but there's been rumours that we're getting a remaster of the game for PS5 and PC, which might make sense because there's the film coming, sort of thing, and the remaster coming this summer. So I'm kind of holding off to that rumoured May PlayStation state of play or showcase, because if it's coming this summer, it's surely going to have to be there in May. And then if it isn't, I most would just go then play it on PS4 and sort of thing. Number 4 is Like a Dragon Ishin, which now got problems to play because I had it on Xbox and I no longer own an Xbox. So this is a tough one.
We did it was on Game Pass when you didn't have it, right? Or did you buy it as well?
No, it's on Game Pass. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you can buy it now. You can support the devs.
Yes, I could buy it. So there's that one. Next is Sea of Stars, which I'm like halfway through. I just need to get it finished because it is really good as well. It's just like, oh, it's on Plus. I gotta go play so and so, and then come back to it at some point. And I like come back to it. I do like a couple hours, do like a dungeon or something, and then like I leave it for a bit. But it's what I really need to get done. Then there's Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I did finish. Sort of thing. So that has been done. My Elden Ring is Baldur's Gate 3.
Who could have seen that coming, Craig? Eh?
Which is my problem
coming.
So I can see being Ishin's again is an issue because I have no way to play that game at the moment. But I can see me doing.
Playing it. You own a PlayStation 5, Chris.
Yeah, but I don't own the game at the moment.
You buy 6 trillion games every week.
Probably the cheapest game on that list, I think. I'm sure if I looked right now, it's under £20.
Yeah, and it still could come to like plus like all the Yakuza games have Judgment and Lost Judgment have as well come to plus. So it still could be a plus title. So maybe if it comes like December 1st and something, and it's like it hasn't come to plus, I better go buy it and play it, sort of thing on that one, sort of thing. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be my problem. Like, sitting down and spending the time to play a massive RPG in the year of massive RPGs.
So what we're saying is mistakes have been made by Chris McGilly.
Yeah. Well, at least I've not got 5 RPGs. I guess I've got 3, but 2 of them aren't really super duper long ones like in previous years.
And obviously there will be the cash prize forfeits should the one of us not complete it. Obviously if we all complete it, no worries, no drama. But we'll see. I think for all of us it's time. It's the scary mistress, but we should be all okay apart from Pengi and Baldur's Gate. I'll get through Elden Ring. I'll just hate every second of it. To be honest with you, it's going to be. I might even stream it because I think that'll be it. That'll be something for everyone to watch, wouldn't it? Me swearing for an hour.
Yeah, I know when I think I streamed Dark Souls, I want to say 2. I think I had nearly everyone on G-Name but actually watching it, so it's mostly the most watched live stream I had, and all telling me where to go and what I was doing wrong and doing right. So maybe it's a good thing. Everyone can give you advice.
There you go, content.
Dave, if you streamed it.
Absolutely, content. Lovely. Well, we'll move on to the next part of our challenge, boys. Let me just prepare this because obviously the magic of live television. And there we are. So we've got the Save Slot 3 Fantasy Critic League. Let's see where we are at the minute. So as we stand, Pengi's got 111 points, I've got 74 points, and Craig has 56. But we're very early in the year, and there's lots to come out. So I suppose the talking points are what have we added recently. So I can see here that Pengi's added Stellar Blade, EA Sports College Football 25. The only year you can add that because next year it will be a year-on-year game. And Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. And you have counterpicked Space Marine 2 and Monkey Ball Banana Rumble from me. Because obviously you don't trust Sega in any way, shape or form. Are you feeling confident with that list you've got there, Pengi?
Yeah, I'm feeling quite confident. I think Hellblade, what I haven't got points on, like Hellblade 2, I feel that it's going to review pretty highly. I can see that being high 80s, low 90s. If it gets anything lower than 85 or something, I'd be very disappointed in that sort of thing. Currently advanced Risky Revolution. See, that was supposed to be early 2024, but I guess early 24. I don't know if that means the whole of the first half or something for that game. I feel that would do well because people like those shanty games and the whole retro nostalgia. Mars After Midnight has reviews, but it's not actually on Open Critic, so like I can't get any points for that. So that was a good.
Who saw that coming? Hey?
That's a good
Dave saw that
counter-
coming because Dave counterpicked it.
Yes. So it's a weird one because if it was on like Open Critic, it's got like 6, 9 out of 10 reviews and stuff. It would be like really highly scored, but no, it's not yet.
You've played yourself there, Pengi.
Yeah. Then they got Aura History Untold, which is the PC, Xbox, Civilization sort of game. PC game. They normally do well. Stellar Blade. I think Stellar Blade could be a bit iffy. I don't know if it's going to be iffy as Rise of the Ronin on the 77. But I really liked the demo. I know you weren't that keen on it, David, but I really liked the demo. And seems to have like the marketing and the previews and seems to be positive buzz, much more than Rise of the Ronin. But I could see it being like an 81 or an 82 or something like that. Not a great score. EA Sports College Football 25. EA announced this ages ago, and they even like did their video like bringing up like this game's been cancelled and stuff like that. And it's like now we want to get it right, and I feel they do want to get it right, despite things. I can see this being a pretty, like for a sports game, a very highly review one. And then the Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, now that it has a date, Annapurna and all that good stuff, it's Switch exclusive, weird puzzle game. I can see that doing quite well indeed.
Nice.
Then I still got 3 spots.
Still got
where
3
we
spots.
just wait. We
all
wait
do,
for that.
actually. Yeah, no, Craig's got 2. Okay.
Yeah, so we wait for that PlayStation showcase, and does Astro get announced? And Nintendo must have to have something after June, and what's Xbox still got coming? Even though I think we know pretty much all of theirs, but still, there's got to be something in the summer game shenanigans still to come out.
Well, I have just checked for you, Pengi, and Concord is on there and available. So you want to bid $1 on that, mate? I won't bid against you.
No, good. I'll wait for on that one.
You know, a lot of games come out already, don't you, Pengi? So I've noticed.
Yeah, I've had a lot of mine come out.
I think the Open Road's probably your biggest whiff, right? Although I guess Mars After Midnight.
Yeah,
Vandal Tale was another one as well, only 3.
Yeah. I know. It's like, those League of Legends story games all do really well, and then I pick the one that doesn't do really well. That's a bit not great.
Yeah, well, if we move on to me, because I'm the most important person, I've had a pretty good start. Dragon's almost done well. Like a Dragon's done well. I've still got Paper Mario, The Plucky Squire, Star Wars Outlaws, Space Marine 2, Sandland, Visions of Mana, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, Little Kitty Big City, Another Crab's Treasure, and SteamWorld Heist 2 to come. Pretty confident in most of it. I think I'm the most iffy about Star Wars Outlaws and Sandland, because the demo for Sandland was really awful, as me and Craig have said.
Yeah.
And Star Wars Outlaws is an Ubisoft game, so people will hate.
Yeah, everyone seems really down on that game already. So
we'll see. I have been the most clever with counterpicks though. So Mars After Midnight costing me nothing because I just knew it wouldn't get enough reviews, and then Rise of Ronin being
it's not even gonna. It's literally not on the website.
That's what I mean. It's not got enough reviews. That's what I mean.
It won't be on there because it won't have enough reviews from the
reviews.
outlets that they.
As soon as you said it was a Playdate game, I was like, no, there's not enough Playdates out in reviewers' hands for people for people to do. And then Rise of Ronin, I always knew it was going to be mid, and it was mid.
To be fair, that was a great counterpick because you did that like. You didn't do it on the most recent previews.
I did it on the first previews,
which were quite a way out. And I feel like Penguin was there like, this is going to be an 88. Dave's an idiot. And,
No, it's just, again, like...
The thing is, I've now played and finished that game. That game is great. It's my second favourite game of the year. It should be an 88.
Do you know what it reminds me of, Chris?
Oh.
Days Gone. It had the same critical preview as Days Gone. People that play the game are like, actually, it's pretty good. Which is what I think of Days Gone. But... for whatever reason, reviewers just weren't interested. They just didn't give a toss.
It is very Ubisoft.
I just
that
think
is
it's
it.
too close to like your Dragon's Dogmas and stuff. Like people just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, but I do think because it is I if you put Assassin's Creed Jade or Red or something as the title, like yeah, I would believe you. It's Assassin's Creed Jade or Red, whichever one. Supposed to be the Japanese one. It is a very Ubisoft-like game.
Yeah, and I think when people see PlayStation Studios, I think they
They
expect more.
expect, yeah.
And obviously, I've been heavily counterpicked here. So Craig's counterpicked Banishers, which went exactly how I knew it would go. And Chris has counterpicked Space Marine 2 and Super Monkey Ball. I can't see either of those games getting less than 70, so I think I've done all right. Space Marine is a really risky one from Chris, because that's either going to be really highly reviewed or really poorly reviewed, because its previews have been quite good, and obviously it's been heavily delayed for quality, because they kind of need it to be good. So it's like that could come out and be 90, but it could also come out and be 56, so we'll see.
That's one of the
But Monkey Ball will be in the 70s. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think the last one got like a 71 or 2.
Yeah, this one's obviously Switch exclusive, so it will just be built for the Switch. I think it'll be fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although I'll be honest, I'm eyeing up Little Kitty, Big City as a counter pick.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll move on to Craig now.
That screams 70.
Because Craig has still got one more to go. So Craig has had Persona 3 Reload come out and do really well. Who would have thunk it? He's had Prince of Persia come out and do really well, which I'm really glad to see, and is a game I want to play. Genius move from Craig to go for Balatro.
That was Jeffy Grub there. He is banging on about that game on Game Mess Decides for weeks before it came out, because it was quite an extensive demo.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was literally 1 week where he was talking about it, and it just clicked with me, and I was like, oh, this game comes out in like 3 days. I need to bid on this and get it now. I was like, it's a roguelike card building deck game. That's what reviewers like.
Right, and then obviously your only other game you've had is Pepper Grinder, which I played the demo, it was really good. And you've picked up Age of Mythology Retold, which I think I'm okay. We'll see. Rise of the Golden Idol, I have no idea what that is. Tales of Kinzari, which comes out soon.
You see me? No, because I was going to say you can't see bids on this one. I was going to say, did you see me bid on that Rise of the Golden Isle, the Crave? And that's why you went and got it. But yeah, you can't actually see bids on me.
No, I just have bids. Yeah.
Tales of Kinzari and then Animal Well. I think those two will do well. And you've only done Banishers, which again I followed the previews. That game looked good, so I was really surprised when you decided to counterpick. But that's fair. So you've got one more counterpick to do. There's a few choices. How confident are you feeling, Craig? Because you've got a couple. You've got Silk Song, which is a troll at this point. Quite a lot of Xbox faith here, if I'm honest with you. I like Xbox, but I know what reviewers are like, so I would be a little bit worried about having 4 Xbox exclusives, Craig. But how confident are you feeling?
Pretty, I feel. I feel like I've kind of weighted my list very much towards the back end of the year, because this is, as we've learnt, boys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. This this little competition we do. I mean, Silk Song's got to come this year, right? Flight Sim 2024, I think, will be big points. I think the first one was like 90 something, right, Pengi? So.
And obviously, you have lost Earthblade as well, by the way, which I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
I was saying to Craig for ages, I'm going to counter pick Earthblade. Then I seen someone else pick it up, and I was like, oh, maybe it is coming this year, but I'm not counter pick it because it will get loads of points if it does, and then it comes and gets delayed. So I was like, damn it.
Yeah, for ReFantasia, I still think will probably come this year and be big points.
They've got a showcase this week. It's like Tuesday or something.
Yeah, so I think that would be big points.
Gets dated then.
Avowed, I think would be okay. I think that would do steady. I don't know what the Outer Worlds do. I could see it being like an 84 or something like that. I don't think it's gonna be a 90. Frostpunk 2 is obviously a safe PC game, right? And it's got a date now, right? Yeah, July. So. See that doing well. Mina the Hollower, who knows? That was a panic pick because I was running out of ideas when we were doing the draft.
I hadn't heard anything on that for ages.
No, you had it last year as well, didn't you? So I don't know. I mean, hopefully if it doesn't come, at least delay it officially so I can drop it.
I can see Mina the Hollower become like the new Silk Song or something.
Yeah,
like, everyone's excited about it because it's Yacht Club and it like never comes out.
Yeah, obviously World of Goo 2's been delayed, but it's still this year, and that would do all right, right? Because it's a Switch game, and I think the first one did pretty well. Stalker's probably the one that worries me the most because I think that's obviously been delayed quite a lot because of what's going on in Ukraine, and I feel like the last like gameplay previews they did looked like quite a big downgrade to what they'd showed before. So I think it's probably going to upset people. So I was kind of surprised that never got counterpicked. Stalker 2. Indiana Jones, I think it'd be as long as it comes out this year. Rise of the Golden Idol, I don't really know what this is, but people really like the first one. And I think the first one reviewed really well. That's what
It
made me
did
bid on it.
review very well. Yeah,
And it's a classic Chris Bengelli bidding $1 and just getting outbid like normal. Age of Mythology, I thought it'd be alright. I think because it's just a remake of the first one, right? And the first one is very high on Metacritic, so I thought that should be okay. And then Tales of Kanzara is obviously very soon, and I think that's going to do well. And Animal Well is very soon. I think that's going to do well. And then I've got my last counter pick, but obviously it's uncontested at this point. So I mean, at the moment, it'd probably either be Little Kitty Big City that I'd counter pick, or EA Sports College Football 25, because I feel like the EA Sports games haven't reviewed well recently as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I think I don't know, of the ones that haven't gone yet, if I still had a counter pick and I couldn't counter pick any of yours, Craig, Shantae, I'm not even convinced that's going to come out and get enough reviews, and I'm not sure Ara History Untold is going to be that good.
No, I'm not either, but I also don't know enough to know that it is. And it's from a team that I feel like it's not made like games that have done well before.
So like it reminds me of what's the Sega, was it Humankind that came out and everyone was like and then no one played it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Luckily, I haven't got to make that decision because I made my decisions early.
Yeah.
Countered Chris. The Chris counters. Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that's Fantasy Boys. I look forward to catching up again after the June. I mean, really after the June stuff is when we'll check
it's
back
basically. I know, like I said, there's the Metaphor ReFantasio thing on Tuesday, so that's where it may get dated. It could even get delayed or something. Who knows on Tuesday? But so there is the odd things before June, but I think June will be where it'll be the last couple of changes or something of here.
Okay. So let's move on to the last section of the show, which is what we've been buying, what we've been playing. Chris.
Yes.
What have you been buying? What have you been playing?
I bought it last week, and I didn't mention it last week because it didn't turn up till Monday, where we'd already done the podcast, and I thought, I bought Persona 3 Reload on PS5.
There we go.
Yeah. And unlike Unicorn Overlord, this is news. I am supporting that team over at Atlas. And there. So.
Finally giving Sega some money.
Yeah, giving Sega some money. So I bought that sort of thing. Obviously, I bought, like I said, I didn't spend actually any of my own money on it, but because of Google, but I bought the Refined Self game on mobile. That one. Sort of thing. Have I bought anything else?
Only you will know, Chris.
I think that's it. Oh no! So this one I bought. I guess I bought it 4 years ago. My physical Alien Chronicles 100 Heroes turned up for PS5.
There you go. So two.
Oh god, is this
too long
JRPGs? This game you backed?
Fun?
Is this a game you backed from Kickstarter?
Yeah.
So you're not going to play this then?
Very likely, reviews actually went up today on it, which was very odd to see reviews on a Sunday for a game. I think it's on a 78 at the moment. If you've got that on, anyone got that on Fantasy Critic, it is on 17. No, not on ours. I just it's actually down to a 77 now out of 35 reviews. Sort of thing. Yeah. So that is my pickups. Like I said, one I paid for 4 years ago. One basically a free mobile game, and Persona 3 Reload.
You've basically bought everything now at this point, haven't you? That's come out this year. I just realised you've done the classic Pengals thing. I've realised where you've gone like a couple of months, and you're like, I'm going to be a sensible Pengi. I'm just going to buy games and play them. I'm not going to buy them all.
Yeah.
And now you've like it's like there's like a panic button in your head, isn't there? Which is like, I need to buy everything.
All these
You got unicorn banishers and all that as well, haven't you? So you got all that.
Yeah,
to play.
yeah. Yeah, I got Unicorn to play, Banishers to play, Persona 3 Reload, and obviously the 5 Backlog challenges games.
So you've
And,
bought how many JRPGs you're not going to play?
well, yeah. Plus,
That are
obviously,
also
plus.
all on Game Pass. bar one.
Not all on Game Pass.
Well, Persona and Unending Chronicles are.
Yeah, but obviously 4 years ago it wasn't confirmed
Yeah,
to Game Pass.
I guess.
Sort of thing. Plus,
So have you played
That's
any
the game
games?
that Mike was like really excited about, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the Suikoden.
It's like a
thing.
Suikoden, yeah.
yeah.
But the creator died, didn't he? Recently,
Yeah.
so they
Sort of thing that played basically Rise of the Ronin, which I like already brought up with Fantasy Critic, which I finished this week, and it is great. It's really good. It's the best of the 3 games that came out on March 22nd, I believe. That was the date. I played all 3 of them, and yeah, I liked it the most. It's just, like I said, it's a very Ubisoft game, sort of thing. It has got some Souls elements. So, like, if you die, you use your karma. You have to go to a banner. It's not a campfire, it's like a banner which you do this thing. That sort of Soulsy like elements and stuff like that. But the story's great, the cutscenes are like really cool. And it's just, who doesn't want to be a cool samurai?
Do the enemies respawn every time you save?
Yes and no. So if you cleared it, on the map you have these public like event things, which is like a red dot, and there'll be some area, and you go there, you kill all the enemies, and then you get a little cutscene, and all the villagers and stuff go back. If you were to save, then obviously the enemies don't respawn. If you were to, let's say, go kill 3 of them, you die, then you respawn, and all like 6 of them back and stuff, or you were to go walk, kill 3 of them, walk off, do a banner, and then you come back. Those 3 would be back. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what always turns me off the most about these games. I hate
and
same thing
it's
over
the
and over
same.
again.
It's the same if you on like the main proper missions and stuff. Like if you're going through the missions are really linear. You basically walk forward, you get to the boss at the end, you kill the boss, you get a cutscene, you go back to the open world and move on. But if you were to like save and then for some reason go backwards, like the standard enemies would be there again if you want, but like the boss typey ones, because you get like semi sub bosses and the thing, they wouldn't obviously appear sort of thing. Again, that's a weird thing. Like if you're going to go backwards, I guess if you wanted to like grind XP or something, but like I finished the game, did a few other bits after the game, and I got like the level 55 trophy and stuff like that, and that's just me playing and like the game like natural and not doing like all 340 collectibles or anything like that the game has. So I feel like I said, the Souls elements mainly is the karma and how it saves. Like if you die, you lose your karma, but you go kill that enemy, you get your karma back, save at the banner, your karma then transfers to a stat point, and it's all good. So, and
How hard are the bosses and shit like that?
They're not super hard. You just need to like sort of like learn their patterns and stuff, like a bit like a Souls games, but like the block parry mechanic sort of thing, you just need to spam that triangle button really and get your counter thing and get them staggering like in the Final Fantasy game. Once they're staggered, then wail on them with the square button. Well, that's my tactic. Parry, stagger, and then wail on them with the square button.
Love it.
Yeah. So it was funny though. I'm going back and doing some of the 2, I guess, hard trophies. Sort of thing. Doing the first level on the midnight mode, where it then decides it does want to be a Souls like difficulty. That was tough. That was tough. Like doing like the first boss, like on like the hardest difficult, which should normally be quite easy. But then the second level was supposed to be a boss that you can't like defeat, and then you get the cutscene, and that's how the story progresses. But there's a trophy to actually defeating that boss. So put the game on easy, and then it's like a recommended like level 1, and then I turn up and I'm level 55, and I kill the boss in like 2 hits. Yeah, so that's a fun time.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Anything else, Pengi?
Nope, that's it. So a mobile game and Rise of Ronin.
Nice. How about you, Craig?
So obviously some more Shadow of the Colossus, which I spoke about earlier,
Woo.
which I'll finish fairly soon, I'd imagine. I thought I was going to finish it before we started because I had like 40 minutes, and I was like, oh, I might be able to beat a Colossi in 40 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've rid my little horsey to where the last one is.
Yeah.
And there's a little gap, and I thought, oh, I'd jump over that gap. And you you can't jump over the gap. I failed to jump over the gap, and it respawns you all the way back at the starting shrine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
And then because I didn't know if I'd done it, I just thought, oh, I must have missed the jump. So I rode back again, boys,
Oh, no.
and I went to go over the jump again, and I didn't make it. I think I've got to do something else, but it's not very clear that that's what you got to do. And guess where it spawned me, boys?
Well, obviously,
Probably
back
the
at
beginning.
temple. Yeah.
Back at the shrine. Yeah. So I've got to ride the horse all the way back again and go and fight this Colossi, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to use the horse to jump over the gap. That's what I think I need to do. But the game obviously doesn't really give you any indication of that, and because the movement's quite clunky, I just assumed I was just timed the jump wrong. Would have been nice if they put a little checkpoint, so I didn't have to ride all the way back 3 times. I'll be honest, that would have been good. But yeah, nearly finished with that. And then the only other thing I've played is I've now finished Dragon's Dogma 2, which is a strange ending for a strange game, isn't it, Pengi?
Yeah, which ending did you get? Did you do the true ending?
I don't know. I was following some dude, Pengi.
Mm-hmm.
I was following him. Didn't even realise this was the end of the game or what was really going on. And then I was fighting a dragon, and then I killed the dragon, and then there was some credits, and I walked onto a throne, and then it ended.
Oh, okay. You got that ending. Okay.
Oh, is that not a thing?
That's not. Yeah, it's an ending, but it's not the true ending.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got the just like sort of good ending. There's a bad jokey ending, and there's a good. Yeah, you got the good ending.
What ending did you get?
I got the true ending.
Did you do that?
Yeah, we're gonna go to spoilers, aren't we? So maybe we shouldn't talk about that on the podcast, just in case people wanna.
Are you saying that Chris
play
has
the game.
played the game more than you? Chris has done it properly, and Craig's gone for the quick, cheap ending. You have changed, Gregor. You have changed.
I was just following a dude, and then the game ended.
Never follow dudes. What did your mother tell you?
Yeah. And there's more stuff you can do. Yeah, you've missed like another 5 hours of the game.
How I have known there was more? What?
And the best of it, I don't think you can now continue on because obviously
No,
the
I
game's
can't.
on the
There's no, because I thought, oh, it would let me go back into the world and do like any side quests and stuff
No,
like this.
you
Now
have to start a new game, haven't you?
it's
now.
New Game Plus.
Oh, that's it. Craig's like missed like about 5 hours of the game, even longer than that if you want to like do stuff, sort of thing. Yeah. Out of all of us, who would have put money on that? I would have got the
We're going to
truth.
talk about this after, because I don't know what I've done wrong here. That's hilarious. But yeah, that was my experience with Dragon's Dogma 2. Odd game, very odd. Very strange game. I'm pretty sure you gave it like a 3 out of 5, right, Pengi, when you finished it?
Yeah.
I did about the same, and I've missed 3/4 of the fucking game somehow. So, yeah, very odd. I never even unlocked the Magic Archer guide.
No. They're in the last bit of the the game, and you've got to go like.
The last bit of the game was just following a dude through some fucking mine. I didn't even talk to anyone.
Yes, so it's like if you go back a little. No, so when you get to the
Wow.
when you get to the volcanic islands, if you like take one route that heads like back up to the rest of the map. Because apparently you can get through through a mine like earlier in the game, but like obviously the monsters and stuff. That if you go back through, and it's like I just can't be bothered to walk backwards. Hence why I never got the magic archer. I just wanted the game finished, and then I had more games to play because I got the went for the true ending.
You should have done what I did, Pengles. You just stumbled on the end by accident.
Oh, I
did
did
the game over.
Yeah.
Christ, I didn't realise this. Oh, well, yeah, that was all I played.
Yeah.
We'll move on to me then. So, in terms of purchased, I have bought one game on the Switch, and that was Bravely Default 2.
Oh, that's brave, Dave. That is brave.
It's arguably default as well, Craig. Really like the first game. Have been meaning to play it, so I'm going to play it. I've got it installed, ready to go.
Didn't you hate this Pengi? I remember this was in the year of love for the Switch.
Yeah. So this
And even you hate it.
This was the problem where I played the Switch demo from Square Enix. I really liked the demo, and then the game came out like 3 or 4 months later. And I was sort of thinking, I was like, what the hell am I meant to do? And I could just not get back into the game at all.
Sounds like a user error to me.
Yeah, so, maybe
I
should have...
I thought you were a bit more harsh on it when the time, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I guess if that's what I was saying. Like, I guess if the combat and stuff was good and the mechanics were good, I would have got back into it, and I just couldn't get back into it. That's what I have learned with Square Enix demos now. I'm just gonna play them like the week before the game comes out, and then I know exactly what I'm doing, which I did do with like Darkfield Chronicles, and I love that game. So yeah.
And there we go. So yeah, that's my one purchase. Looking forward to that. As for what I've played, I haven't played anything on Xbox this week. I want to get back to Diablo probably next week if I can, so I will turn it on for that. I've been too busy with other games this week and other things going on.
Yeah, we need to get back to the satanic shit, Davey.
Yeah, like I've got a pretty big day Tuesday, so as long as that goes okay, I'll be freed up to game a lot more after. So so we'll probably go back to Xbox on that. On the PlayStation 5, I started and finished Resistance Retribution and have the Platinum Trophy for that, which is the PSP Resistance third-person shooter. Really fun. Played it in like short bursts. I think it took about 9 hours to get the Platinum. Really good game. I would have loved it on the PSP. It's just fun to be back in that world. I also got the Platinum for The Gardens Between, which I've been very slowly playing for 4 months, but finally bothered to finish it and get all the trophies, so I have the Platinum for that as well. It's alright. As far as your weird indie games go, it's alright.
Oh, that's a great game. I finished that game. I think I finished it now on like 5.
But if I took the trophies and achievements away, would you have finished it more than once?
Yeah, I finished it on Stadia.
That had achievements, Chris.
Yeah, but no one cared about Stadia achievements.
cared.
And I think I finished it on Switch.
Oh, it's just the puzzle game where you
the time puzzle game where you move the.
This is really good. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I got the Platinum on PS5, so that was good. The only other PS5 game I've been playing a lot, is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which is very, very good. Very, 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 very good. It's like a weird JRPG, like an action JRPG, but it's also kind of Monster Hunter-y, but like the combat is just way smoother than Monster Hunter. Like, I'm sorry to offend the Monster Hunter people, but it just is. It's like it's a JRPG, but then like an action combat system. It's really good. Not a lot of people talk about it. Don't really know why. Probably one of the best things I've played so far this year, and I'm like 5 or 6 hours in. So, gonna hopefully finish that this week. But
Have
really,
you got any new husbandos or waifus?
I've got a couple new characters because there was a trophy for it. I got the fire chick with the spear. It's the one I'm using. Whose name evades me, but she's good. The game is good. Really highly recommend that. On the Switch, I have played a lot of Switch this week. Finished Advance Wars 1 in the Advance Wars remake pack. Again, I've been plugging away at that for months. A couple of missions a night. So I'll move on to the second game now. Really, really good. Remaster / remake of a really fun strategy game that is perfect for Switch. So really, really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to playing the second one, which is on that pack. And I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 3 this weekend because obviously it's the spring Splatfest. I've been Team Bear. I think I'm like 200 points away from the max points you can get on the Splatfest. So I've played it like 3 or 4 hours this weekend. Great game. Multiplayer still great on that. Still probably one of the top couple Switch games for online multiplayer. behind obviously Mario Kart. But yeah, really enjoying the sort of quick casualness of the Switch at the minute. Where like I said, I've been very busy, so that's why I've been playing more of that than real proper full-fledged games, I suppose. But yeah, I really want to get back to Diablo this week, and I do kind of want to start Fallout once I've watched more of the show, but we'll see. And I am starting to feel a tickle in my balls to play some more Football Manager, so that might get its second little stint that it always gets, Football Manager. But yeah, lots to play, boys, is really the best way to describe the moment. I don't really know how people can not have stuff to play. Is there anything people are really excited for that's coming out in the next month? Obviously, Pengels, this is aimed at because Craig doesn't buy games.
Possibly. There might be possibly a game out Friday that I'm picking. I will be buying.
What's out on Friday?
It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Oh,
it's
Stellar Blade.
PlayStation. Yeah, Stellar Blade. Is a Friday. Yeah.
Nice. I think I've got Paper Mario pre-ordered. That's probably the next thing.
Yeah.
That I'll play. That I'll buy, which is the middle of May. So we'll go from there. I assume nothing is on the horizon for you to buy, Craig.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to finish Shadow of the Colossus next, that last little bit. And then, obviously, I think Hellblade. Is Hellblade next month or the month after?
Yeah, it is in May.
Yeah. So I'll play that. Obviously, I have to buy that. No, if I'm buying something, it'd probably be like going back to maybe Banishers, maybe kind of want to pick up, or Alan Wake 2 from last year.
Nice.
Just that they both look really good.
Hell yes. Hopefully, Alan Wake will go on sale for you, or get a digital, or get a physical, which I'm amazed it still hasn't. Even like a weird special edition, I'm amazed it hasn't. To be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm over the whole I guess I'll quite happily give Remedy some digital money.
Yeah.
I like Remedy.
They do make Quantum Break, which is a great game.
Exactly.
So yeah, another week done. Hour and 15-minute podcast. If you got this far, drop us a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you're playing.
And what was your favourite game at the Indie Showcase?
Exactly. If you haven't fallen asleep like I did.
What ending did everyone else get on Dragon's fucking Dogma? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we'll leave now so Craig and Pengos can have this discussion. But thank you for watching the show, and we will see you next time.
Bye.